Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another scene set in the Chronicles of Darkness. Vampire the Requiem, a Requiem for London. Tonight, we are setting our scene with Aly-cat, often just called Aly. Known for her very particular skills involving alleys and alleyways and back alleys. In this particular scene, on this particular night, Aly, you have just finished feeding for the night. Probably on the outskirts of London, not within the inner city. It's difficult to feed there. The Invictus and the Keeper of Elysium, known as Aly-cat, have something of an iron rule over much of the inner city. And like many of your compatriots, you are left scraping and scrounging for leftovers on the outside of the city, the outer boroughs, where the population is diffuse and the nightlife is less prominent. Leaving most who would be less skilled at hunting hungry. Not you, though. Not yet. But a few minutes after you finish from feeding, as you're kind of regaining your bearings and getting away from your target, you receive a text from Sadie. It just says, "You around? Need to talk with you."
Aly will text back. Sure. I have time. Where do we meet?
Reply is Twickenham Stadium. See you there.
And Aly will just reply with a double K and we'll head over.
Okay.
She'll go by public transport for now. So it's usually just easier in the city, and she'll just walk around the stadium first, just to, see what's happening.
Stadium at night is fairly quiet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this place gets really big. Every now and then. It's the home stadium for the English rugby team, so whenever there's something going on that's rugby related, this place can get pretty busy. But tonight, it's very quiet. There's nothing going on. Winter's always a bit of a sort of dead period for sports, particularly in London.
Mm.
Nipping cold, but too temperate for winter sports. Stadium's huge, though. Takes you a few minutes to walk all the way around it. plenty of wildlife. Birds, pigeons, a few stray cats, stray dog. Run on by. See a couple of homeless people kind of hiding in an alcove.
Mm.
Some taking cover underneath the open stairway beneath the that leads up to the stadium. But as you're when you kind of finish your round, one of the birds lands on your shoulder,
Okay.
and when you look at it, it registers as kindred.
Mm. Okay. Aly will just nod.
The bird just kind of hops off your shoulder, and within a few seconds has shapeshifted into the form of your sire. Very rapidly growing in size, losing all
Mm-hmm.
those lovely feathers. Sadie actually still has one of those feathers in her hand, just kind of holds onto it with her finger and her thumb.
Aly will, kind of lean against the stadium wherever they are, and yeah, just waits for her sire to spill the beans.
Hey Ali, how's it been going? It's been a while.
It's been reasonably quiet. Not been involved in much at the moment, which is good. Heard some interesting rumors though.
Ooh, you have to tell me about those later.
Mm-hmm.
So you haven't been running into any trouble? Haven't been getting hungry or anything? You know you're always welcome to feed here if it gets rough.
Yeah, I know, but for now I'm good.
I'm glad to hear it. To be honest, I've been a
So,
little bit worried. You kind of dropped off the radar the past couple of weeks.
oh well, didn't know I had to check in with you every so now and then, but just been busy. Uh, been a couple of interesting parts in the shop, and I've tried to work them into my bike, but it's not been going that well, so it kept me busy.
You should really call Foster about that. He could probably turn it into a bona fide speed demon if you gave him the time.
Um, I mean, I'm pretty sure he could, but it's sort of my bike, you know?
Yeah, I know, and you have Trenton to work on it for you. I get it. Rodney's never lost a race. Just saying.
I know. If I ever really need to win a race, I'll make sure to give him a call. But for now, I kind of like working on that rest machine.
Well, just be careful. The Invictus have been getting a bit uppity recently.
Mm. I
And
mean,
some,
haven't they always been uppity?
no, it's true, but some of us haven't been very smart about how we've reacted to it.
I wasn't necessarily planning to get my nose into trouble just yet. Mm. Though I might be in the nearby future. You ever heard of their prison?
What, the shard? Fuck, yeah, I've heard of it.
I hadn't.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Place is basically a monument all we stand against.
That's it sounds like a challenge.
No, be careful if you go snooping. Stuff like that. There's a reason the harpies don't talk about it.
I have the time.
The sheriff's already made enough people disappear. I don't want you going with them as well.
Well, I wasn't planning to do anything tomorrow, but let's just say that if I can get some of my art on top of that place, that would be interesting.
No, you do you. Just, be careful. I worry.
I wasn't. Well, hmm, I mean, I've managed just fine for now. It's just that I don't like a kindred prison. Either kill or don't don't go and lock us up. I don't like the idea of that.
Most of us don't.
Anyway, I'm sure you didn't call me here to gossip.
I mean, I've done so before.
Fair enough, but it sounded kind of urgent.
Yeah. To be honest, I kind of needed to ask you for a favor.
Me?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
something. You know the streets pretty well, and gossip's kind of all your thing, so. And it's pretty, it's pretty, masquerade sensitive.
Okay. So, what's going on exactly?
To be honest, I don't have all the deeds. Let me show you, and you can meet the rest of the girls.
Okay, sure thing.
First time she's actually taken you to meet her coterie.
Mm-hmm.
She walks you in. Stephen's pretty big. You enter a large foyer. You enter into the stadium proper. After walking up a few steps, you can see, and when you kind of enter into the stadium, there's just this massive rugby pitch in front of you with all these like tens of hundreds of thousands of chairs, and one sitting on the edge of the pitch is the rest of the coterie. One of them, the more hmm, uh, the more ordinarily dressed woman. dark brown hair, kind of pale white skin. It's just kind of sitting on the front row chair, and the woman in a leather jacket, darker skin, kind of looks like she's from the Mediterranean. Like you would reckon, like Spanish, Italian, Greek, something like that. Kind of black lipstick on and dark eyeliner. Has half her head shaved. She's just on the pitch, and they appear to be arguing over something. Not arguing, more like discussion.
Yeah, Ellie will just follow Sadie.
She leads you down.
She's mildly impressed.
Hey, Charlie, Estella. I've got a new friend for you. This is Aly. This is my child. Person I've been telling you about for a while.
Ellie will raise her hand. Yo.
Estella, who's just sitting on the pitch, just raises her hand and just says, "Sup." Charlie will actually stand from her chair and walk up to you and says, "Oh, Aly, a pleasure to meet you. Sadie said a lot of good things about you."
That's probably because she hides most of the bad stuff. There's a grin on Ellie's face.
Don't worry, we do a lot of that too.
So, this is your stomping ground or something?
Sadie just kind of pipes up and says, "Kinda. Whenever there's something going on. Good place to hang out."
Yeah,
We
it's
usually,
big.
Yeah. Usually hang out on the roof, but you know. She kind of smiles cheekily at you.
What, you think I couldn't get my ass up there?
I mean, I would definitely expect you to try.
Sounds like a challenge for maybe after this chat.
Well, I'd rather you do us a favor first before falling into torpor. Literally.
Yeah, you mentioned that word favor before. Come on, so what's up?
Charlie looks to Sadie briefly. Looks back to you. Well, it's a bit of a personal issue. That's why I haven't brought it to anybody else or anybody important. It's not really a covenant thing. But it's it is important. I run a couple of community centers around here. usually just give people a faculty room to hang out in. It gives us a place to get some easy hits in without putting anybody at risk, and works to keep an eye and take care of the community. But one of them, I work with Sadie to keep drug crime down in the area. It's one of these centers is a rehabilitation hub for people getting off hard drugs.
Sure.
Actually been making a whole lot of progress in the past few months. Look like things are really looking up for the area. Up until about a month or so ago. Started getting hit with a lot of, well, whole lot more abuse cases. New drug hitting the town. I asked Sadie and Estella to see if they could look into it with me, and they came back with a few pills. Apparently, people calling it Violet, like a sort of ecstasy replacement. Hits way harder, but withdraws way harder, and it's twice as addictive.
So I guess it's more expensive then.
But that's the thing. It's not very expensive at all. It's about the same price as most happy pills you'd find.
Okay. So you heard about it in other boroughs as well, or is it just here?
I'm not really as tapped into the other parts of London, but I mean, I have ties to a few other clinics and community centers, and a lot of them reporting the same thing. Huge spike in drug abuse. Same drug, same source. Usually young people, students, vulnerable, getting hooked on the stuff. It's like this stuff is being pushed really hard by whoever's doing it.
Okay.
A few of the people I work with already OD'd.
How bad was it?
They died. But Sadie and Estella managed to get their hands on a couple of the pills. And when we gave it a look over, it had a sharp taste to it.
sharp taste.
Vitae. But
I was sort of guessing that.
none of the signatures of it. Couldn't get a read on, like, potency or the clan of whoever the blood comes from.
Okay.
Worse is that the drug seems to have an effect on kindred.
How the hell did you find that out?
How do you think?
Huh.
You can't tell. You can't bring out details and inside of the blood without tasting a bit. It's not how it works. I mean, I've heard of bloodhounds, but most of us have to taste blood to really get a read on it.
So, did you all try it?
I didn't. Stella did. She rolls her eyes.
Well, at least you got results.
Estella just goes, admittedly, it's good stuff, to which Charlie snaps back pretty angrily. It killed 2 people. I just want to find out who's distributing it and shut it down.
And I take it that's where I come into play.
Yeah.
Sure.
We've been working real hard to shut it out of our area, but I mean, we only control so much space, and we have to look after our turf. I don't know the streets, and Sadie and Estella are busy taking care of Hounslow. And they're not really jacked into the kindred conversation like you are. You know people we don't. You might be able to find out something.
I mean, I don't know that many, but I don't mind putting my ear to the ground, see what I can come up with.
Yeah. You have your fingers on the pulse of the cacophony, if that matters. Not many kindred do. If word's flying around about Violet, you'd be one of the first people to pick it up. Any clues, any information the city has.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm pretty desperate. I absolutely hate what this drug is doing to people.
Yeah, I got that. So, you have anything more to go on other than it's somewhere in London and it has something to do with kindred? Is there any area you know of where it started first, or it's more dense, or there's just nothing at all? Like if a certain area isn't covered at all with these drugs, and that might be the place where the people who produce it are. Stuff like that.
That's kind of why we called you, to help us figure some of that stuff out.
Check. Okay.
There is a
Cool.
rumor going around town that Harpy's got a hold of some of it, but I mean, to use.
To use?
Probably giving herself a fucking high. Or using it to test somebody's faith. She air quotes.
I mean, that the idea of taking this willingly, knowing that it has vitae in it, doesn't sound like greatest of all times. No offense. But no, I don't mind helping out. I'll put my ear to the ground. I'll see if I can talk to a few people.
Thank you, Ali. I really appreciate this.
Yeah, no problem. I was getting kind of bored anyway.
I heard you were trying to start up your own feeding grounds.
I have a small area, but it's not that much yet.
Well, if things work out, I'm more than happy to return the favour.
Sure. Let's, I mean, I know you come through, so I don't worry too much about payment right now.
Hey, Ali, come on. That's what we do. We're Carthians. We stick together.
Yeah. Like I said, I know you come through, so...
Never in doubt.
Can't trust each other, then how can we?
Hmm?
If we can't trust each other, then who can we
Exactly.
actually trust? Yeah. Okay, well, I'll, best be on my way then. Do you have an example of these pills? I don't want to take it, I just want to see it. I don't need to have that in my back pocket, but, might be useful so that I can recognize it. I presume the color is violet, but, that's just a wild guess.
Violet in colour. Oh, sorry. Violet in colour. About an inch in circumference. They're pretty small, but pretty potent for their size. I think that's why there's been so many overdoses.
Any symbols on it?
Most have a little a blocky imprint of a V on it. No particular font, nothing that stands out.
I mean, makes it easier to recognize that's something at least.
Yeah. Gives it an air of legitimacy, I guess.
I mean, most people who take this stuff don't really care about legitimacy, but
The first shot is the only one that ever really matters. Oftentimes it's just using whatever you can to convince people to take it. Once they're on it, they're on it.
Yeah. I know.
And if it has vitae in it, well, they only ever need one shot.
Yep.
I just don't know why.
I mean, could be anything.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Why not?
This isn't how vitae works. I mean, I'm not an occultist or anything, but I've tasted blood before. I mean, we all do. We can all tell what people are like, what life they've lived.
But it's how power works. As soon as you get someone hooked on your stuff, it's easy.
But it's like the vitae is there, but not there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand it. I don't know how this stuff could have been produced. guess that's... Well, I guess that's a mystery we'll resolve together, huh?
Probably so.
Alright,
I'll be on my way. I'll text you when I know something.
thanks. You want to go through Sadie or you want my number?
Whatever works for you.
She'll just take out her phone and say, "Here's my number."
Yeah, Ellie will get her phone out. It's like a little bit of an older smartphone model. Has some tear and wear, but it still functions. She'll put the number in her phone.
Feels real good to be made to feel like a middleman, Charlie. It's just a very sarcastic retort from your side. Keep me in the know as well. If you run into something big, we'll help out.
I mean, I hope so. Then again, if it's really big, I'm not planning on going in on my own.
Yep, that's why Big Sister Sadie's here.
That sounds weird, but sure.
What's weird about it? I just shoved my blood into your mouth. It's entirely normal.
I mean, never had a big sister, and yeah, that part was also weird.
Estella just goes, "Looks like the Aly-cat's getting soft on us."
Soft.
Careful, Estella, she takes everything as a challenge. You tell her that, she might actually go in alone.
Well, a cat does have 9 lives, doesn't she?
Oh my god, no, I'm being sarcastic, don't actually.
Ellie smiles.
She's about equal to you in height, but she kind of like places her hand on your head really kind of firmly.
Really?
Yep. Take care of yourself and don't do anything stupid.
Ellie kind of, looks up to the hand. It's like, you just went there. Oi. Yeah.
She smiles and ruffles your hair with her hand.
Oh, come on. You know I don't like that.
She ruffles your hoodie, rather.
Messing up my mates.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, you're stuck with me for the rest of your own life.
I mean, if I go at it on my own, that might be really short time.
Yeah, so don't go at it alone.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, that's all we really had for you. Want me to see
Okay.
you off or anything?
By the way, apparently there's something big in the sewers.
Wait,
Or
what
the
the
underground.
fuck?
Yeah, you heard that news about the people
Oh god, those.
Yeah, apparently it were revenants.
Yeah, they're not the only ones running around.
Apparently their creator still runs around downstairs.
Yeah. Not for long if they finally got a hold of one of them.
They did. They brought them to the shard.
Fuck. Then they're probably dead. They might let
I mean,
one live as some sort of offering, some sort of gesture. But, I mean, those. I've seen what they do to those sorry things. They just kill them. They're like. They treat them like cheap fodder. It's probably what their sire treated them as. Fodder.
hmm.
At best, a mistake at worst.
Well, the ringmaster told me about it, so yeah. Apparently he was there to catch them, so, you know.
Oh, great. Good to see that. The Church of the Damned is leading victims of circumstance to their executions. Great. Assholes.
I mean, isn't that like the old times? Burn the witch and all that.
I mean, they've got plenty of witches in the crown to go after, including my
Always room
fucking
for one
sire.
more. Okay.
Yeah, if you run into any revenants, I mean, I guess send them the Carthian's way. The shard's a death sentence for almost anyone that goes there. Is that do come out just reprogrammed? I'm not gonna beat around the bush with this shard. It's a fucking concentration camp.
It's like V for Vendetta all over again, huh?
Yeah, but it's real. So
I
hang in
mean,
there, and if you do find the shard, let us know, because I'm pretty sure most of us are down to burn it to the ground.
that could be V for Vendetta all over again with a proper ending.
I mean, they blew up the Houses of Parliament in the end. It was a pretty good ending.
No, exactly. Okay, I'll be on my way. See ya.
See you around, Aly, and don't forget to give your big sister a ring sometime, huh?
Sure thing.
Alright, see ya. She kind of punches you on the shoulder lightly. And you're
Aly
good to
makes
go.
the poor "oh my god, you hurt me" face and rubs her shoulder, pouts, and yeah, turns around and heads off.
I'll wave you off. You can kind of briefly overhear them re-entering a discussion as Estella just says, kind of fading into the background. Oh, she seems like the real deal. You could do with being a little less soft on her, though. And that's pretty much all you hear as you exit the stadium.
Yeah, no, Aly is not gonna linger around. And yeah, Shall exit.
Yeah. As the Aly-cat once again slinks off into the night. And I think we can end our scene there. Thank you, Player, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. And we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.